Episode number 12 of the Board Together Games podcast is made possible by Root Canals, March Madness, and listeners like you. Thank you. In this episode, we welcome our first ever guest host to the podcast to help us with the very first installment of Board Game Deathmatch.
Yes, I'm in my pajamas. Deal with it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 12 of the Board Together Games podcast. My name is David.
My name's Jerry.
And I'm Kathy.
And can you believe we're already on episode 12?
I know.
No.
I thought this would be done by like 3, honestly. So
Yeah,
this is impressive.
We'd all get bored of it and just, we're done.
But we're bored together, so just remember
That's
that.
right.
We are bored together. And we actually have a special guest with us tonight, don't we?
We do.
Pretty impressive.
We have Leo, the gamer pastor,
Woo woo!
Hello, everyone.
known worldwide.
You could say that.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Good to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. Glad to be a part of this finally.
Yeah, definitely. And you're here for a special occasion. Tonight is the first ever episode of what we hope will be many of Board Game Deathmatch.
Board Game Deathmatch.
I love that title.
Yes!
Yeah,
If your friendship's not on the line, you're not playing hard enough.
That's right.
that's
that's good.
that is a Leo-ism. We're going to hang on to that one.
I'm excited to be here.
Leo, why don't you give everybody just a little bit of background?
I am a husband of 20 plus years, father of 3. You mentioned I do the gamer pastor thing. I'm a full-time pastor at Element Church in Wentzville, Missouri. And I've been playing board games now since about 2008. Got my start with Magic the Gathering, actually. A group of guys have started playing Magic the Gathering and
Nice.
Old school EDH. And we got tired of that and said, hey, let's get some board games. So I have since then spent more money than I should have. My retirement is less there because of my board game addiction.
Well, yeah, but if you would have stayed playing Magic, it'd be the same story, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I'm cheaper no matter how it goes. So, yeah.
Magic's always about the chase.
And our new arena has not helped that chase at all for me.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't gotten into that, and I'm avoiding it on purpose because...
You need to jump in.
No, I don't want to. You know, it's funny, when you first started setting yourself up there, Leo, I thought you were going to say that you had 20 plus kids.
I thought he was going there too.
I did too.
No.
It's like, holy moly.
I only wanted 2. The only reason we have 3 kids is because my wife wanted a little girl, and I said, now, do you want 3 little boys? And she wouldn't answer me honestly for a while, and then she finally said yes, only to tell me later she just wanted a third. She wanted to keep trying for 3. Oh, yeah, 2 boys and a girl.
Yeah, I've got 2 boys, and I'm just the opposite. I would have had 4 or 5, but my wife wanted to stop at 2, so we stopped at 2.
The ladies have a little more say in that. We don't have to carry the baby for 9 months.
Yes, they do.
That is correct.
Well, you know, this is a podcast about games, and it wouldn't be me talking if I didn't have to tell everybody about some new games that I bought, which seems to always be the case. So I went up to Miniature Market a couple weeks ago, and they had a big old table out in the middle of the place with a bunch of clearance items, and I helped myself. So I picked up Otis. Have you guys ever heard of Otis?
No.
Yeah, Otis is this really cool looking, how do I describe it? It's not really an engine builder. It's kind of an action selection type game. It's like post-apocalyptic, and you're diving down into like under sea level. So supposedly all the ice on the earth has melted, of course, because that's just what's going to happen, right? And 5 years now? Is that what they're saying?
I thought it was 5 years ago, but I'm confused. It could be wrong.
No, I think you're right. Well, they change it. It's a moving target.
It is.
So,
It's an exact science.
So anyway, you're living in this world, and you're diving down from the above sea level down to the previous dwellings of humanity to try to pick up different items and things like this. And then as you're choosing these workers to dive down, they actually rotate out and back up to the top, almost elevator style, in this stack of workers, right? And so I thought it was kind of interesting that the game's called Otis, kind of like the elevator company.
Like elevator?
Yeah. So I picked that one up, and I picked up Freshwater Fly, which we've talked about a little bit on this podcast, which, fishing game. How can you not like that? I mean, everybody should have that. But anyway.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't let me play it.
It wasn't about letting you. It was about you not bothering to show up until late.
I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Babysitter got sick. What do you want from me?
That is a horrible excuse.
Every good gamer has plan B and C in place, just saying.
Oh, it was a fail.
That's true.
It was a fail on my part.
That's true. It really was. It really was. So I don't want to hear any more guff. Is that a word people use?
I'm still going to guff it up. I don't care.
I feel like that's a word that only 90-plus-year-old people should
I was just going to say that, or how old are you?
You know,
I'm close.
Dave, just wear it. Just own it, Dave. It's okay.
I am. So then I picked up Majesty for the Realm, which is it's from the same designer as Splendor, and it's kind of that same weight of game, but it's a lot of fun. We're going to have to play that one sometime. And then I also bought the 2 expansions for Chronicles of Crime, the 2 that are available. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to do my first Kickstarter. I'm going to back my first Kickstarter.
Nice.
Yeah, because Chronicles of Crime is releasing, I think there's going to be 3 of them in the Kickstarter, and you can choose, 1 of them, 2 of them, or 3 of them, these expansions, and I think I'm going to get them all.
Very cool.
Like Pokemon? Got to catch them all?
Well, with that particular game, yes.
That's a fantastic game.
It is. Kathy pointed it out, though. We played this the other day with the family, and they all got into it so much, and I think that just elevated this game for me. And that's something that happens. I find that if there's other people that I'm playing with that are enjoying it and really getting into a game, it not only just makes me enjoy it more, but it makes me want to push that even farther, because there's not a whole lot of games that my wife, for example, gets into. So when there's one that she likes and she's like, yeah, I had fun with that, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to go buy everything there is for it, because there's just not a whole lot of those opportunities out there.
That would be a great episode, how you choose games based on those you play with.
We did touch on that a little bit, and it is on our list of topics, actually. So, yeah.
Board game curation. That's kind of what I call it, but yeah.
Because how the game looks, if the game's pretty, that's a start. That's a plus start for my wife. If it has orcs or goblins in it, ain't going to happen.
Game over.
She gone.
Over and out.
Even if they're pretty orcs and goblins?
Even if they're pretty orcs and goblins.
What if they're ballerinas?
She finally played One Night Ultimate Werewolf with me because I got her playing Deception.
Oh, yeah.
And I just said, oh, it's just like this game. And she just ignored the werewolves and
The theme.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you can do. I mean, really, it's a very kind of pasted on thing. But yeah, that one has gone over so well with so many groups that I played with. Leo, what else have you been playing lately other than games? So you don't want to give away your secrets for the deathmatch later.
I'm not going to give away my secrets here. No. I have a couple games that my boys are 13 and almost 12. And so we've been playing board games for years with them, but I finally got them to sit down and play what I consider the kind of games I enjoy. Blood Rage and Lords of Waterdeep.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And was finally able to get them into the Blood Rage game and a little resource management. And we've been playing My Little Scythe, which is just under that 7-player number.
It's a great one.
Such a great game for a family, but it's really a great strategy game. So that's been a big part. We've been doing a lot of King Domino. My little girl who's 8, we got to have some games for her as well. Barren Park is another great one that I played over the last couple months that I've really enjoyed. My wife loves Tetris, so games like Patchwork and Barren Park are just like that's how I convince her she needs to sit down and play with me. So, and the other one that my son got for Christmas that's I've been really impressed with is Funkoverse.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
I've seen those.
Yeah, it's a well-designed game. Really have some fun with it. It can play. It's really a lot better with 2 players, but you can play multiple players with it. Different people controlling each of the characters, that kind of thing. So, and this week I played One Night Ultimate Werewolf 3 times this week because I introduced that this past weekend to our small group, our group of friends that get together every week, and then to my family. And I've been asked every night this week by my kids to play that game. And that's one of those games I enjoy, but not every night.
Well, and you know what? My kids did the same thing when they first started playing that game. It's tough because they want to play with the family, and for us, it's just 4. And it's just not as good with only 4 people.
No, you kind of need a higher player count for that.
Yeah.
5 is a really good spot, but yeah, they played it. We played it with 8 Sunday night, and it's a lot of fun and laughs.
It is.
Absolutely.
So many good memories.
But I am really excited about my kids playing the more deeper board games now, like Blood Ridge. I know you love that one, Dave.
Yes, it's one of my all-time favorites.
It's right up there with Godfather.
Oh. Well, Kathy, I'm glad that you're with us tonight. It was a little touch and go there for you at the moment, and I know you're kind of in a lot of pain. You just had an unfortunate procedure that you went through, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a root canal yesterday.
Ouch.
Yeah, not fun. And I've had root canals before. They're not pleasant, but they aren't that bad. But apparently something that can happen after a root canal is what happened to me this time. And they called it a
flare up.
A flare up, yeah. So what happens is even though the root is gone, there's like a flare up with the infection still. So, and they said it's extremely painful and there's nothing they can do except for give you pain meds. And so I just have to ride it out, which stinks.
Well, we're all glad that you're here tonight. And
Yeah.
so you may not hear as much of Kathy tonight, but we're glad that she's here. And we'll kind of let you save your voice a little bit until we get to, the big event a little later on. How's that?
That sounds great.
Okay, cool. Jerry, what's been happening with you lately?
Oh, yeah. So, the plague is once again in my house. It's been fun. It's been really good. I've enjoyed that thoroughly. Kids puking.
I feel for you, man.
Exorcist stuff going on. It's just projectile vomit. It was crazy. But on a positive note, I had to go and get some more Gatorade and Jell-O and stuff from Target. As I'm walking in, I always walk down their board game aisle. And right now it's their clearance season. And I walk past and look at that. Sagrada's 70% off. I picked that thing up for $13.
What?
Wow.
And Exit Games, they had both of their versions of Exit Games half off. So I picked each of those up for $7. And I was like, woohoo! That was awesome.
Wow.
Can't complain about that.
Yeah. No, that's really good. I would complain, but I got some good deals at Miniature Market.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. I usually never find deals at Target though. Every once in a while there'd be something on clearance, but it's not something that I'm interested in.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of other games there that I'd either never heard of or I wasn't interested in, and I passed on those that were being clearanced out. But when I saw Sagrada...
But you've gotten good deals before though
I
at
have.
Target too.
I have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I picked up the Captain Sonar game for like half off, I think. And yeah, I've gotten some good deals.
Leo, where do you search for deals?
I hate to admit, so I miss my local game store.
Oh, yeah.
When I moved a couple years ago, I had a great local game store that was able to do a lot of work. I love Miniature Markets, racks, their ding and dent stuff and all that. But unfortunately, I hate this for the local stores, but you just can't beat Amazon prices almost anymore. But if I find something, I do check the aisle at Target every time I go to Target, which is about once a week with my wife.
There you go.
But I have yet to find anything going, okay, we're buying this and taking it home because it's such a great deal. So I don't have your luck there, Jerry.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I actually was back there today and all the Sagradas were gone. I should have told you guys. Sorry.
Man.
I know. It's rude.
Holding out.
No, it's okay. Kathy's got it. You've got it. So I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, yeah, Leo. I think I know what game store you're talking about. Your old FLGS down in Springfield, right?
Yes. Metagames
Yes.
Unlimited. It is great, guys. Knowledgeable, great secondary market if you are Magic the Gathering players. They're just really, really good guys.
Well, I wanted to go there. My family and I were on vacation a couple years ago in Springfield area. We were down in that area and I was looking for a game store and I found them. But unfortunately, when I went by, they were closed. And I think it was because, are they closed on Sunday? That might have been what it was.
They don't open till noon on Sundays, but it depends on the weekend too. Yeah.
Maybe that was it. But yeah, they weren't open and I was kind of bummed out. So
yeah, Alan Reed and those guys down there, the store owner, you want to talk about, they got a great play area. Like it's not just a board game store or a Magic store. They've got a huge play area, table set up, go in, huge gaming library. I love making it to Miniature Market here in St. Louis. They do a great job as well. They're a 45-minute trek for me versus the 15 it used to be. So
right.
That does make a difference, for real.
Yeah. Well, we've got another really good store that's closer, but they just don't have a real huge selection. It's the Fantasy Shop down in St. Charles.
Yeah.
And it's a good store. It's a really well-kept store, but they started out as comics was their main deal. And then they got into the Magic scene and kind of morphed into board games from there. And they have a decent selection, but it's not great. I mean, I go in there from time to time and I do spend some money there, but yeah, typically if I'm going shopping, I'm heading down to Miniature Market myself.
True. I got to say, I do love Fantasy Shop. Hey, hold on a second. I just caught myself saying I got to say. I do say that.
You do say that like all the time.
I'm not going to say that anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try really hard not to.
Want to bet?
I got to say, I don't believe you.
I got to say, I'm not going to say that anymore. So Fantasy Shop was one of my favorite places to go for a long time because of X-Wing miniatures. They had some great tournaments there. They ran them really, really well. And I was into X-Wing miniatures so hard for a while. And then, kids came along and suddenly you don't have time or money to spend on that kind of thing. And my wife would look at me sideways if I disappeared for 6 hours on a Saturday to go play a tournament. So, but during the time, it was great. and I loved it.
Same reason I don't golf anymore.
Exactly.
I don't golf anymore either because that was always an expensive thing. And even when I was big into golf, it was one of those things I'd go play and I'd be like, that was money that I could have spent on something else.
Like board games.
I did enjoy it.
A round of golf, I can get a great board game for a round of golf.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Now, I will still play golf if I'm invited to play in a tournament and I don't have to pay for it. But that doesn't happen very often. So we should go play 18. Jerry, you used to play, didn't you?
I'm terrible.
Oh, Top Golf's the way it is now.
I'm terrible. The worst.
You go to Top Golf, hit the ball off of a cabinet, and eat food, have a drink, and you can be terrible at it and still win the day.
That place is pretty steep, though, isn't it?
Less than a round of golf.
Is it really?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad. It looks like a great place to hang out.
It does. I'd like to go there sometime. I've been invited twice, but it's been for vendors at work are like, come to Top Golf with us. And I don't want to go down there and I don't know anybody. Yeah.
We had our Christmas party at work down there, and I actually didn't go because that was when I'm having surgery on my eye. So I wasn't able to make it.
Oh, that's right.
So I still haven't been there. But honestly, as much as I do not like golf, I don't think I would have had a good time anyway. So it's okay.
Oh.
Well, there's a lot more going on there, though. I mean, it's the atmosphere. They've got other games, kind of arcadey style games, is my understanding, and then the food and the company. So if you don't like the company, that's
true. I did hear that there was a girl on my team that she's just as bad as I am, and I think at one point she chucked a ball instead of hitting it with a club. She chucked a ball.
Fair enough.
That's one way to do it.
Out of anger or humor?
I don't know, but I think she almost hit somebody.
Oh. Well, there was one time that I was playing in a golf tournament and I was teeing off on an elevated tee and I just laid into the ball and I topped it, gave it top spin, and it grounded out, hit the ground, bounced up off of a cart path and hit a 65-year-old man right in the chest.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yikes. Was he okay?
I know. The reason I'm laughing is because he's fine. He was fine. But yeah, it was pretty scary when it happened.
I'm just going to call you Happy Gilmore from now on.
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't get the running start. Well, for the sake of time, I think we should just go ahead and cut right to the main event of this episode. We've kind of been, just putting the word out there and building up some hype for this whole week now. And let's just go for it. Let's get into the Board Game Deathmatch.
Woohoo!
Let's do it.
Well, here we go. It's time for the very first, and hopefully not the last, Board Game Deathmatch.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give it a little bit of background here. So what is this all about? It's kind of fitting, too, if you guys think about it, because what season are we getting ready to go into here?
March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. March Madness. And so what Board Game Deathmatch is it's basically a bracket-style single-elimination tournament where we have us four hosts are going to be not the players, but we are nominating the teams, for lack of a better word. We're nominating the games that are going to participate in the death match. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to each nominate 4 games for a total of 16. And then we're going to pit those things randomly up against each other. Those games. We're going to randomize it and then have these matches. And then we also are going to vote on which of those games is going to move on to the next round, right? And we're just going to keep doing that, eliminating games as we go until we get to a final 2 and then a grand champion, where we're going to settle once and for all in the category of the episode, who is the winner of said category. And of course, that is going to be pretty much settled science. I mean, it's going to be done after that. Yep. All internet debate's going to be over. Mm-hmm. There will be just, it'll be done.
Done.
Yep.
Decided.
No reason for anybody to talk about it anymore.
Everyone's entitled to be wrong.
Yeah. This is a definitive list right here. And if you don't like it, well, too bad.
That's right. And if you listen to this podcast, we're wrong frequently.
Oh yeah.
So then the question becomes, why are we doing this? And it's something that we had discussed a little while back as the hosts. We thought, how can we play a game on the podcast? Because, it's a podcast about gaming, and we just kind of brainstormed a little bit, threw around some ideas, and this is what we came up with. And who knows, this could bomb like nobody's business. So we're going to find out together, right?
I think that would only make it better, frankly.
It probably would. Yeah. So for this week, for this first episode of Board Game Deathmatch, the category is, we're calling it big group games. And so what does that mean? A big group game, how we're defining it, is a game that plays 7 people. Not just 7 people, but it has to play 7 people, and it has to play 7 people well. The game can play fewer players. The game can play more players. But it has to, that's kind of the minimum. If it doesn't play at least 7, if it doesn't get to that point or higher, then it is automatically disqualified. But that's pretty much it. There's no genre limitation. There's no play length limitation, nothing like that. It's just, after that, it's anything goes. Could be a party game, could be a strategy game. No holds barred. So there's a couple of things that we still haven't decided on, and we figured it might be fun to hash it out and fight about it live on the podcast. And those 2 things are, well, a few things actually. We need to decide how we're going to break ties, because if you haven't figured it out already, and I'm sure you have because you're gamers, right? That we have 4 people and we're going to vote on these different matchups. So what if we go 2 versus 2? We have to figure out how to break that tie. So
virtual arm wrestling.
Oh, I was thinking like, yes, we should probably like do like a UFC fight virtually.
I'm going to play the God card. I get 2 votes.
Oh, there you go. Wow. Okay.
Well, wait a minute. I'm hosting in Warrenton in a couple of weeks, Leo. So do I get to do that too?
I heard that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the guy that does all the editing gets the tiebreaker.
No.
No.
I don't want to take that. I don't want to take that.
Good, because I wouldn't let you have it. I think we should just flip a coin for right now. I had this whole complicated idea.
No, we're not flipping a coin.
We each get a token that you can turn in, and that token will be like, look, I'm playing my token because I really want this game to go forward.
Everyone give it a game rating of 1 to 4. No, that won't work. You could also rate the games.
So here's something I thought of. Well, one thing was roll a die. So if the result is 1 through 3, this game wins. 4 through 6, this game wins. Or odds and evens, something like that.
That's my favorite way.
I like that because it's board game related.
It is board game related. The other thing that we could do is, in true, I guess, draft and player order kind of fashion, we could beforehand randomize the bracket, and I've got the printout here. You all can't see it at home, but I got the printout here, the bracket.
Yeah.
And we could put initials for each one of us on each matchup just randomly.
Ooh.
So we each have an even amount, and then if that happens to be the one,
then the tiebreak goes to that. Yeah, I like that.
then you get the tiebreaker. That's an option.
I like that.
Somebody, Leo, mentioned looking at BGG's rankings and deciding that way, and I think
Yeah, that's just boring.
No, it's terrible.
yeah.
Bad idea.
So what are we thinking?
Dice.
I wish we had a phone phone a friend.
I like your idea of writing down randomly our initials on each bracket, and then that's the tiebreak for it, and it's randomized, and you just get a say.
Okay, so it sounds like we also have some that are in on dice. Kathy, you liked dice?
We're going to vote and have a tie? How are we going to break the tie on our vote?
I think we should vote and have a tie. That would be awesome.
I think dice is the one thing that frustrates me about so many games, and it's one thing that I enjoy about so many games. Like, that is a great...
You and me both.
When you're talking board games, you just go, oh, the roll of the dice is killing me here.
Yep.
You got something to blame it on.
Oh, Dave. That's his favorite scapegoat right there.
What's that?
Blaming the game?
Yeah.
This game is broken.
This game is broken. And you know what? I never get the lucky rolls. Never.
It's not luck. It's randomization.
It is randomization.
If you think of dice as randomization over luck, it changes the way you've used the game.
Well, I don't
That's
think
true.
Dave can do that because he needs somebody to blame for his lack of good play.
That's right.
I'm not smart enough to win every game that no luck's involved.
Yeah, I hear you. Me either.
And if I can't win, I don't want to play. That's why I don't play golf.
There you go. It's pure skill.
I really like the dice thing.
I'm down with dice.
All right, that's 3 votes for the dice. I guess we're doing the dice. That's cool.
Who's got one close? I don't have one close.
I can go get one from my stack of board games, but I don't have one right here.
Go ahead, Jerry.
All right, I'll be right back.
He's in his pajamas.
Yes, I'm in my pajamas. Deal with it.
Always in his pajamas.
It's his jammy jams.
In all fairness, I'm in my pajamas too. You just can't tell because I haven't changed my sweatshirt for the day.
It's Liar's Dice. Just give me a second.
That's fitting.
Yep. All right.
I hate that game.
Oh, I think it's fun.
I
you
love
know
that
what?
game.
I know a few people who hate that game, and I don't understand it. I think it's
Because it's all luck. There is some skill, but it's still they're all based on the roll of a dice.
That's all that
Okay,
is.
gotcha.
I like the bluffing. I'm pretty good at the bluffing in that game, though.
Oh, that's the other thing. It's bluffing, not lying.
It is bluffing.
That's right.
Try telling your kids you're lying.
And then if you're good at it, they go, Dad.
You can't lie.
Yep.
I got my middle son. Ooh, he's really good at it.
Uh-oh.
Worrying
Oh, you're in
so.
trouble, man.
Uh-oh.
All right, we have dice.
We
officially have dice.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing we need to decide? The draft order or the nomination order, or in gamer terms, player order.
Maybe we should just use a dice.
We could use a die.
There's 4 of us.
Well, then we'd all have to have one.
No, you just pick one. Just pick 2 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I appreciate the games that go like Sheriff Nottingham, whoever has the most cash in their pocket, or
the randomness. We could each pick a number and then just leave 5 and 6 as dead numbers.
Okay.
And then I can just roll this dice.
Until they come up.
dibs on 4.
I want 4. That's my lucky number.
Oh, we're going to have a fight over
I'll
it.
take 3.
4, 3. What number do you want, Dave?
I'll take whatever's left over, Jerry.
I'll take 6.
6.
4.
Wait a minute,
3.
I thought 5 and 6 were out.
I thought 5 and 6 were out.
Well,
yeah.
whatever. I picked 6.
Dang, we're good at this.
We're so good at this. 4, 3. I'm 6. What?
6 is the number of incompletion, the number of man.
Okay, you're 5. How about that, Dave?
I'll be 5.
Dave's number 1.
3, 4, 5, 6. That's easy enough. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Here comes the first roll.
What am I?
You're 5. First roll is a 5.
Look at that. I'm first.
All right, here we go. Next roll is a 4.
That'd be Leo.
All right, it's between me and Kathy. Kathy, pick half the dice. 1 through 3 or 4 through 6?
1 through 3.
1 through 3? All right. I'll be 4 through 6. 3. I am dead last. And I rolled the dice. Wow.
Snap.
These dice hate me.
So we have that settled.
Yep.
We only have one more thing to fight about. Are you ready? Actually, we're going to fight a lot, I'm sure, in this thing.
Yeah.
And that is, how are we going to draft? Now, are we just going to keep this same order all the way through? Or are we going to do a snake draft where we go first to last to first? Or should we go past first player where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2, 3, 4, 1?
I think it's past first player.
Snake.
Let's just do snake. Snake's the easiest.
Oh, I hate snake. Okay, that's fine.
Snake's so fair. It's just fair.
It is. So what that means is that we're getting really biblical here because I am first and I'm also last.
Ooh.
That's pathetic.
That was bad.
Hashtag Jesus Juke.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it'll go me, then Leo, then Kathy, then Jerry again, Kathy, Leo, Dave, and then
If you really were going to get biblical there, Dave, you would volunteer to go last.
All the time.
Because the last shall be first and the first shall be last.
I am going to go last. And then I'm also going to be first.
No, you're going first.
But I'm last first, so I'm confused here.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. I think we have all this settled. Are you guys ready to start this?
Let's do it.
Are we ready to begin? Board Game Deathmatch?
Board Game Deathmatch.
We are ready to begin.
Yes.
I am pulling up this file here. I'm going to be doing a lot of clicking around on the computer until we get all of our nominations done. But I need to see my list, and I also need to put in here the games that have made it. So I'm first. Wow. This is big because I'm not going to get another pick until
That's right.
7 more. Yeah, this is a big deal.
Choose wisely or choose Wesley.
Okay. All right, I think I have to do it. I think I have to do it because I think this one can take the whole thing. I really do. So my first nomination is 2 Rooms and a Boom.
You jerk. You stole mine.
Yeah,
Dang it.
buddy.
That was going to be number 1 nomination for me. Dang it. It's a good one.
I borrowed that game and never played it, Dave.
Oh, you've never played it? Oh, you would love it.
It's a fantastic game. It's so much fun.
It is on my must play list, and I just haven't had a group big enough.
Yeah, you really kind of need at least 12, 14, that range.
It's fine at 10, but I think 10 is probably where the smallest group I would play it with.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, this one it was an easy choice, really. If you don't know the game, it's basically it's a huge game. It's social deduction where players are on teams. If you're playing the basic game, it's just 2 teams, a red team and a blue team. And then there are some extra cards and expansions and things that will balloon that out to where there's a gray team and they have some different things they can do, like choose the team that they're on and just weird stuff like this. And then there's also a green team that you can throw into the mix. And players have roles. You can either just be a standard red or blue team, or you can be the bomber or the president. Bomber is red team, president is blue team. The goal of the game is to get certain people in certain rooms by the end of the game to meet a win condition. And holy cow, is this thing amazing.
It's just so much fun.
If you ever get a chance to play it, it's a great convention game. It's a great game if you're, honestly, like a work function, a team building exercise type of thing. It's awesome for that.
Yeah, definitely brings people either closer together or way further apart very quickly.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it'll do that.
It's typically an online purchase. I haven't really seen it in retail stores at all, but it's pretty easy to get. That's 2 Rooms and a Boom. It's amazing. And it's going to win the whole thing.
I don't know about
Nope.
that.
All right, so who's next? Leo.
So here's the thing. I struggle with 7-player games because I like games that require some thinking or a little more depth to them.
Sure.
And when you get into the 7-player realm, you really are dealing with a lot of party games.
You can, yeah.
So I'm actually going as my number 1 game. I'm going with Between Two Cities.
Ooh.
It's a St. Louis local.
Grr.
It's easy to introduce new people to, but it has some strategy to it. You're really looking back and forth. It's not just a big party game. It is a board game in and of itself. You got to think through it. So that's where I'm picking. I'm going to go right out of the gate with Between Two Cities.
That was one of my high choices. Nice pick, Leo.
I like that pick. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, Leo, have you played Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig?
That's a better game. It's amazing.
I have heard that. I have not played it yet.
It's amazing.
It's pretty phenomenal. But I would say this is kind of the same.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's kind of that same feel.
They're the same kind of game.
Yeah. Good pick, man. Better than Jerry's, I'm sure. Kathy, it's your
Whoa.
turn, though.
Where did that come from?
We're going to find out in a minute.
Okay, so my first choice is a game that I think is going to end up being number 1, not 2 Rooms and a Boom. My choice is Time's Up.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I hate to admit that, but that's good.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's one of my tops of all time. What a great party game.
It's a great game. It's just simple, great, and its replayability is off the charts. So yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and take that one off my list here real quick. That one's good. Yeah, that's there's a few games that actually have that same play style, that play feel. If you've ever played Monikers, they have that in Target all the time. It's basically the same game with just a different kind of theme pasted on it. But yeah, that whole genre of games is really good. Well, good pick. It's time for Jerry's. We're going to call it a choice here. Let's see.
Oh, you better watch it.
I can't say that. It's probably going to be on my list, and I'm just going to be mad. That's all.
Is that what it is? All right.
Probably.
Well, look, when you think of large player count games, there's a couple you can go to, but I've decided for my pick number 1, we're going to go ahead and throw out, and this is kind of a slash game. So my favorite version of this is called Avalon, but it could also be called Resistance.
I did not know you were going to go there right out of the gate.
Yes. I think this has the possibility of winning, personally.
Nah.
Avalon is one of my favorite. It's an amazing game. It's one of the classics for the social deduction games. And the reason why I prefer the Avalon version over Resistance, because the original Resistance did not have the Merlin card, which was kind of like the Seer. And Avalon added that in, and then there was an expansion to Resistance that adds it in later. But that just changes the game, because then you have that, and you have the Assassin, who can try and figure out who the Merlin is, and they can do a Hail Mary to win the game. And that has just added up to a lot of good fun in that game. I love that game. It's fantastic.
I got two things though to say. First off, is this going to cause a fight? Because are we now saying that since you nominated that game, that nominating Vanilla Resistance is off the table?
Ooh. And you know what? If you want me to, and I was trying to decide this, because they're basically the same game, with the one thing that the Merlin in the default set is there where it isn't available in Resistance. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just say Avalon? I'm willing to do that.
Maybe we'll just kind of play this thing out, and if we decide, if somebody's really passionate about it, we'll let them plead their case.
All right.
I have Resistance on my list, but it's way down low. It wasn't.
Oh, gotcha.
Wasn't going to make my...
Okay. All right.
That doesn't bode well for your choice, Jerry.
You know what, Dave? Nobody cares.
It wasn't even on my list.
What the heck? Well, you know what? I'm going to make another pick because you said that. You can't stop me.
All I know is I'm going to have a large Amazon order after this episode.
It's going to make you go broke. Go broke.
Well, go ahead, Jerry. Let's see your next one.
All right. So I'll change it up. I will switch it up. And for my second, which is half of my picks, the second one I'm going to pick is actually going to be Captain Sonar. And that is a personal favorite of mine.
Oh, great pick.
I know. It's fantastic. It's so good. It's
terrible.
Real-time action game where you're playing against another team of 4. It goes up to a player count of 8. And what you're doing is you're just trying to hunt down somebody else's sub. There's yelling. There's screaming. It gets crazy. It gets loud. And I think I've said this before, but this is the closest I've ever played a board game where it felt like I was playing a first-person shooter video game.
Yeah.
You're that intense. You're trying to get things done, and you feel that intensity. You're on the edge of your seat, and you're like, north, south, west, and just screaming things out. And it's crazy. It's fun, but you got to get the right group of people together. But man, it's a great game.
It is a great situational game. It's just not something that I don't know. It kind of stresses me out because I feel like I'm going to let my team down.
That's part of the beauty of it.
It is fun.
The hard thing for me is I wear hearing aids, and it's really hard for me to keep what's going on.
With the background noise?
I usually have to play parts that don't require listening real well.
Gotcha. I get that.
I can understand that.
You like the visual roles.
You couldn't be the navigator or the captain, huh?
Right.
Yeah, that is a good pick. It's a great game. Gets a lot of love. It's tough for me, though. I mean, I enjoy it when I play it, but when it's done, I'm like, man, I'm beat. I'm done.
That's the mark of a good game, I think.
I know, but I don't know why that bothers me.
Put energy into it.
Yeah.
I'll come back and I'll make my argument when on the whatever this matches up with.
You may have to.
I may have to. It's okay. I'll make my argument.
All right, we're back to Kathy.
Yes, we are. Gosh, I'm torn on this next one because I know I only get 2 more after this.
I know.
I'm not sure which direction to go. Should I go party game or should I go strategy game? Oh, okay. I'm going to go strategy. My next pick is Shadows over Camelot.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one. It's quality.
Okay. Yeah, I love that one.
And that makes sense. That makes sense for you to pick a strategy game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's your deal.
That's her thing.
Yeah.
But still has that deduction component.
Absolutely.
It does.
I love it. Love that pick.
I love the trader mechanics. I love it, love it, love it.
I love that you don't always know if the trader's out if you don't have full player count too. It's like,
Yes.
It's like, is there a trader? Is that person a trader or do we not have one? You know?
Well, we try to make it as, because I think there's ways you can play that where you have 2 more than the number of players in the loyalty cards.
I think it's the way it starts.
We usually do just 1 because I feel like there needs to be more
Traders.
uncertainty.
I do the same thing in Dead of Winter. I limit it so that we're almost guaranteed a trader, but you never know for sure.
Right.
Yep. I say things like, I wish Dead of Winter played more players, but man, that game's so long as it is.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great.
You know what's funny is we're sitting here talking about all the games we wish we could lie more about.
Well, I know. Well,
That's a good point.
it's bluffing, Leo. It's bluffing.
It's bluffing. You're right. I call it bluffing. I tell my kids it's bluffing. You're not lying.
It's important. It's an important distinction.
Yeah, it doesn't work well. Right.
Well, Leo, we are back to you, sir, whenever you're ready.
I'm really torn here. But every time I play this game, whether they are board gamers to the core or brand new, it is fun. They want to play it 2, 3, 4 more times. I'm going straight out. I know I'm going to get some alls on this, but One Night Ultimate Werewolf, the original One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
It's a classic.
That game is always fun when you get it to the table.
Yeah.
You just beat me to the punch.
Always fun. Laughing.
You might have the winner. It's so good.
I don't know about that. I think there's better versions of that.
I don't disagree with that. Jerry.
I don't either.
But it is good. It's a good classic.
I think I know why you picked it, Leo. It's because it has that accessibility factor.
It does.
Yes. And replayability. Anytime I can get a game to the table that they go, oh, I got to do that again. Like, you've got them hooked at that point, and you can take them to the next. It is a true gateway drug game.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I love me some gateway drug games.
Fantastic pick. I take that one off my list.
I know, right?
Dang it. That was going to be my next pick too. I'm really kind of bummed out now. So now I've got a choice. I've got a serious debacle on my hands here. Okay. All right. Because I think this one's going to be left late. I don't think anybody else is going to pick this one. So I'm going to go with, I can't believe it's actually gone this long and nobody's picked it. I'm going with Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
One of my favorites.
That was my next one.
I just asked my kids between One Night and Deception, and I'm with you on that.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So Deception is so great because it has elements of werewolf, but it's a gamer's game, right? It's got that. I feel like it just adds that extra level that keeps me engaged. And this is another one where, as long as even if they're new gamers, if people aren't really into games, this is something that they can latch onto. It's not that difficult, but yeah, it just there's something about it.
Although I will say that some new gamers are a little hesitant to play the CSI role. Like, they don't want to.
That forensic scientist, and no, Jerry, that's a really good point. In fact, I intentionally don't let them until they played a couple games.
Exactly.
Play the forensic scientist because they don't understand what's happening in the game yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But once they see it, they go, I want to be the forensic scientist.
Yep. And that's fine.
That is usually what happens. Oh, I like that pick now. Everybody was excited about that one. Yay, me.
That was a good one. It's on my list.
Oh, wait, I get to go again.
You do.
I forgot I get to go twice. This is great.
Remember your alpha and omega.
All right, well, then maybe I'll kind of go a different direction with my next one. Man, there's so many good ones.
Don't you dare.
So many good ones. Okay, I'm going with Telestrations.
Don't you dare.
Oh, you jerk face.
Oh, beautiful pick.
No, it's terrible. You should have left it for me.
I hate you. That was my next
It's so
one.
good.
It's
Oh,
great.
Man,
You guys are taking all mine.
I'm sorry. Have you ever played Telestrations and not had your sides hurt from laughing?
Nope.
So much fun. There's so many good stories I have from that game, which is a great marker for a fantastic game.
And I love the fact that this one already has mainstream access, right? It's already out there. There's already people who really aren't gamers that know about this game, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I played that. Let's break that out." That's fantastic.
And I've never played it where we only played one game. I've always played it at least twice.
Always get multiple plays in that thing.
You know what I have never done with Telestrations though?
Kept score?
Played for points.
Never
Yeah.
played for points, ever.
Never in my life.
Just play for laughs. That's all you do.
It's really not even a game. It's an activity. Should it be disqualified for that?
Yes.
Ooh, no. I think it's it's a game.
I gotta be honest, not my favorite pick yet.
Oh, really?
Fair enough.
I cannot draw, and I know that's part of the fun and the funny, but there's just
The whole point.
That
like,
is.
like when it comes to board games, I just want to use different sides of my brain.
I get it.
Yeah.
But when you just need a good laugh, sit around, have some fun. Yeah. And it does play well with great groups, especially if you've got non-gamers in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're back to Leo, aren't we?
Yes.
We are. This is tough. I'm again, I am such a hardcore gamer at heart, meaning that I really just don't enjoy games that require very little thinking. And so this game allows people to take that next step. Like maybe they've played some of those, games that I typically don't say, you don't say Voldemort, he who shall not be named. In my house, you're not allowed to say things like Monopoly, Risk,
Oh, yeah.
Game of Life.
Amen. Preach it.
Right?
Those are blasphemies. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
So, but you have to get people down the road somehow. You have to introduce them to games that goes, oh, this is fun. This is easy. And this one is another one of those that it's really easy to sit down and learn. And again, after I play it the first time, everyone goes, I get it now. I won't play again. And that is such a big kicker for me, and especially in a party game, because you get a party game out and you're like, they get done and they're like, okay, because like the group tanks at that point. But if they have a great time with it, so for me, it's Sushi Go Party.
Oh, that was on my list.
Fantastic choice.
Oh, nice pick.
It was on my list.
Nice pick.
Beautiful. What you just described is perfect.
It's one that gets them into it.
That is that game in a nutshell, or in a sushi roll.
Ha 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 ha.
And it's food. Like, who's really going to complain about a game about food?
And it's adorable food at that.
Right. In fact, I actually bought Sushi Go and then bought Sushi Go Party because I wanted to play more people.
Yeah, it's great at bigger counts too. It works great.
Just excellent drafting game. Super simple. Love it.
And that's a mechanic that is underrated. The drafting mechanic in games, there's so few games that do it well.
Right.
Blood Rage, Innis.
Innis is a great one.
Some of those games that outside of, if you've never drafted Magic the Gathering, which is, by the way, you can play Magic the Gathering more than 7 players, but it doesn't play well. So it's not on my list.
I would not want to do that.
Agreed.
Sounds like a nightmare.
But that's what I love about Sushi Go. That draft mechanic is such a unique mechanic that most people haven't experienced. That's so much fun.
That's true. We actually played one here recently, Leo, a couple times that
love this game.
we probably need to loop you in on, and it's called It's a Wonderful World.
Oh,
so good.
No, tell me more. Tell me more.
Think 7 Wonders.
You guys are spending my money. Oh, I love, and hey, careful now.
Oh, okay, I shouldn't be talking. We'll talk later.
I like 7 Wonders, but this is better than 7 Wonders.
Yeah, I think it is too.
7 Wonders. Here's what I hate about 7 Wonders. People say it's a gateway game. It is not a gateway game.
No, it's heavier.
It's a next step. It's a next step game.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy, I think it is your turn.
yes, it is. And I have so few choices left. Oh my gosh, I don't know where to go.
Really?
Really?
Oh no, I have a whole bunch. I just don't know where to go with it because I only get 2 more choices.
Oh, I got you.
Oh,
I got
only
you.
2 more choices.
Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. I just have to because it's one of my absolute favorite games. Okay. This game is awesome and it goes 2 7 players. Great party game. And I've never played it just one time in a sitting.
Oh, I know
Always more than once. It's just one.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. So good.
Okay, that was going to be my pick. So that's a fantastic pick. Good job, Kathy.
Thank you.
It really is.
Good. I'm glad I went that direction then.
It's so fantastic that Jerry hates you now.
Well, because I was totally going to take that one.
That's awesome.
Oh, well, you get 2 more, so you're good. You have 2 more choices right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the classic 2-player team style games for both of my picks. So these are going to be ones where you pit off 2 teams against each other and they're trying
I'm
to...
going to take these off my list now too, I guess.
The first one that we'll throw up there is Codenames.
That was my next one.
Yes.
Shoot.
Dang it. I got to change my next pick.
Yeah, no.
All of those Codenames ones are just amazing. And you know what? I think I'll leave the second one. I said I was going to pick it, but I'm going to leave it for one of you guys. Pretty sure it'll be there.
Good. I'm going to pick Codenames Marvel
Well, I'm assuming all the Codenames were together, but yeah.
or Codenames Simpsons.
We could almost do a Sweet 16 of Codenames.
Let's not and say we did.
So for my second pick, I'll leave you guys with the second team game that I think I know you're going to pick. And instead, I'm going to go with kind of an outlier. I'm going to go with Texas Hold'em.
Ooh.
Yes. It's a fantastic game.
It's going to be the Cinderella.
That's right.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Since you did that, I've decided I'm going to throw in a crazy one for my last one too. I'm not there yet. It's not my turn yet, but
yeah.
Dang, that's interesting. Yeah, neither of those I think require us explaining them at all. I think everybody knows what those are.
They're really popular, so they should be pretty self-explanatory.
Yep. Well, you're done, Jerry. I hope you're happy with your choices.
I'm done. My 4 nominations.
Kathy, time for your last one.
Yes, it is. And again, I'm deciding between 2, and I don't know whether I should go with Know My Audience or go with Everybody Loves This Game.
Oh, that is a tough call.
That is tough.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the broader audience and go with Bang the Dice Game.
Oh, that was on my list. It's a fantastic
That's
one.
so great.
It's a great one.
That was on my list.
Yep.
It's also great for camping trips.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
I imagine.
I love that game travels so well.
It does.
It does.
You got to have the saloon, though. The saloon is a great addition to that game.
Oh, it's kind of a must. Yeah. You don't have to. The cool part about it is you don't have to add everything. The modules they float in and out really easily.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So good. What a great pick.
Can we have an honorable mention round?
Oh, we're gonna go through anything that didn't make it here when we're done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, time for your last pick, Leo.
I'm seeing a theme here. I really love the bluffing games.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of my Second Amendment rights.
Uh-oh. Oh, I think I know what he's picking.
What it is?
Oh, yeah.
I know what it is.
Cash and guns.
Cash and
Cash and
guns.
guns.
That game, being the Godfather, telling somebody to point their gun away from you, the foam guns, the everything, the design of that game, the art in that game.
It's a fun one.
The pieces of that game. And who doesn't love walking away with loads of cash?
No kidding. And pointing fake guns at your family members.
or wondering, should I point this at my 6-year-old daughter? Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway.
That's healthy.
Oh
My family has played that game for years. We love it. It's a great game. It is a fun laugh. Again, big group of people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really care what's going to happen that night. We're going to point guns at each other and steal and rob places.
That's awesome. Oh man, yeah, that was on my list for sure.
Oh, man. So my second team game may not make it if you're going to go weird. Go ahead, Dave. Final pick.
Hold on. Oh, I know what it is too, Jerry.
You do know what it is.
No pressure. It's the last game making the bracket. The last Sweet 16.
It's a good one. It needs to be on the list.
Yeah.
But I can't blame you.
It does need to be on the list.
But you didn't nominate it, Jerry.
But Jerry, when I tell you some of the other ones on my list, we're all just going to be like, oh my gosh, why is that not on there? Why is that not on there?
I got some good ones that aren't making it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. But I feel obligated to put a stupid one in there. I really do.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Why? This is top 16.
Okay, and you know what? And here's the thing: you guys are going to laugh at me, but I'm going to fight for this one when it comes up in the elimination rounds. You ready?
Yeah.
Bingo.
Did you just say bingo?
I just said bingo.
Oh, well, that one's not winning.
Was his name?
You need to delete this podcast now.
No, Dave. Dave.
Oh,
dude.
with all the choices.
Look here. Look.
That's not making it through.
Listen, hold on. Have you guys ever gone to a bingo hall and been around a bunch of 90-year-old women?
Yes.
No, Dave, I'm under 50.
Fighting and yelling and cussing? But dude, it is so entertaining. It is a riot.
Oh, man.
He's got a point because whenever somebody yells bingo, you hear all these old ladies ripping their little cards off and everybody saying the S word
At the same time. Oh, it's hilarious.
at the same time.
And it is a game that has no limit to the top number of people that can play.
This is true.
It doesn't.
I'll grant you that.
I'm telling you guys, you all thought I was crazy when I said it.
Is this a board game?
It is a board game.
It's not a board game.
It's absolutely a board game.
No, it's not.
Have you ever played Rise of Augustus?
Nope.
Or Echoes? Or Karuba?
Yeah.
Or there's any number of these games that involve a bag full of tiles or tokens that you draw out of, and then everybody has to do something based on that thing that's drawn out of the bag.
Anxious to hear how you think this is.
See, I think bingo would be a mechanism, but I don't think it's actually a board.
It's a board game. These are the things that we need to talk about. If you guys are vetoing that that's a board game, I've got plenty of other ones to choose from.
No, it's in.
Oh, no, it's in. It just means that the one that's up against it's easy. So
Yeah.
Oh.
But our definition was large count games. Plays at least 7, right?
Yep.
yeah.
So there you go. That's a game. It's large count.
I want to know if it's readily available at like, does Miniature Market even sell this game?
Oh, bingo's always available, brother. I've seen bingo at Miniature Market.
Is it in the... I know. It's in the board game aisle that never has any deals for me at Target.
All right, you know what?
Yeah, I would not put that on the podcast.
I'll pick something else. Fine.
No, you can't. Don't do it.
It could be your Cinderella. You could convince us here.
I thought I did. So you guys are saying that sitting in the room with a bunch of old people and laughing about the situation that's going on and having the chance to win actual money. And I mean, what's not to love?
Give me Bunko over bingo any day.
Ooh, no, Bunko's terrible.
I'm with you, Leo.
I'm just not a fan of mothballs. Sorry, man.
All right, fine.
It's also not a game I'm going to bring to the table. We can argue. I think you leave it on there. I think this will be a fun argument on why it's going to lose.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I just made my argument and I failed miserably. So
Well, that's all right.
Yes, you did.
I'm going to pick something else. Okay.
Wow.
That's fine. So since you guys have already picked all yours, this is what I'm choosing from. I'm choosing from Don't Mess with Cthulhu.
All right. It's quality.
Decrypto, which is the one I know, Jerry, you were thinking of.
That was the one before I went Texas Hold'em. Yeah.
Star Trek 5-Year Mission. Raise Your Goblets.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh, no, I got it. I know what I'm picking. I am picking.
Please, thank you. For the last pick, pick 16, 16th seed right now.
Cinderella pick.
This is the underdog, and that makes total sense too. That it's the underdog. It's Camel Up.
Oh, it's a good one. It's fun. It's a great play.
Nice.
With the expansion, it goes to like 12, doesn't it?
I think it 10 maybe. But yeah, no, that's just sitting around betting on camels.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff.
This game is just amazing. Because, I mean, there aren't a whole lot of games that actively encourage a group of people to cheer for something that's going on, almost like a sporting event. And I think that's really cool.
It is cool.
There's some others that do it too, but this one is probably my favorite. It's very accessible. It's easy to teach. It's just a lot of fun. We've had a ton of fun with Camel Up over the years. Who knows? Might be a dark horse. Might be a dark camel. I say funny things sometimes.
You nominate bingo and don't like Blood Rage. I really struggle with this.
Yep.
You almost lost all credibility with that pick.
Ooh.
Dude.
It was pretty bad.
You know what, Leo? I'm telling you right now, one of these days, you and I are going to go play bingo, and you're going to understand.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't play board games simply to watch other people for entertainment, though.
I kind of do.
Bingo's a game you go, we got 50 people in the room, what do we do? Not, hey, let's play bingo.
You can't get over this, can you?
No, I really can't.
I think your guys' friendship's on the line over this. It sounds like it's on the line.
Give him heck, Leo.
Yeah, give him some crap.
He'd be all right.
Love you, Dave.
Okay, so
Honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, please.
oh yeah, you guys,
do
let's
it.
go in an order here. Kathy, why don't you go first? Tell us some of them on your list that didn't make the cut.
Am I going through my whole list then?
Sure, you can.
Okay, so my honorable mentions. One of them I didn't choose because we had a similar game chosen by Leo, and that was Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some other ones I had were Roll For It, the deluxe edition, which is an 8-player.
Super simple, mindless fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rolling dice and talking, you know? Let's see. Wits and Wagers, which is another party game.
That's a fantastic game. I forgot about that one. That's so much fun.
It's a good one.
Yep. And then Seven Wonders was on my list.
There you go.
Yeah.
Formula D.
Yeah, Formula D is good, but I tell you, that one can kind of outstays its welcome after a little bit for me.
Yeah, it can be long.
It's glorified roll and move. It's kind of group dependent too.
That's true too.
You kind of have people that are willing to get into the whole
Yeah, it was down on my list a little bit.
down on the list, yeah, towards the back, yeah.
And the last one I put, just because I didn't know if all my picks were gonna get chosen or not, I put Apples to Apples.
I had that one too.
Nice.
It's a good one.
I'll take that over bingo any day.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Man. I love this. Leo, you need to be on here more. This is great.
Yes.
I am never going to hear the end of this. Never
Nope.
going to hear the end of it. So
You're really not, Dave. I promise you. My first time on the podcast, and you're bringing up bingo as a legitimate option for a board game. I'm really struggling with this in my heart.
but Texas Hold'em is okay. It's not a board game.
Texas Hold'em is a card game.
It at least deals with a deck of cards. I still struggle with the pick. I'll be honest with you. There ain't no way I'm getting my vote in the top 16. But
Hey, you stop it. You stop it.
and there's money involved. Well, there's money involved in bingo too. So
Yeah. So
bingo's something you go do on a cruise when you're bored.
Wait. You guys don't.
so is board games.
You guys don't play Bang the Dice game with money? That's the way I play that game.
Jerry, what did you have that didn't make the list? Any that we haven't said already?
Well, you guys talked about the crypto. That was and Raise Your Goblets. Those are both on my list. But
Raise your goblets. Yeah.
one that I just wanted to go a different direction with was a 1 versus mini game, Not Alone. It plays up to 7. Exactly.
Yes. I had. Yeah.
That's a good
yeah.
game.
I thought about that one.
That's a good one. Chameleon. I've had lots of people have a lot of fun with that game. It plays up to 8.
That's a fun one.
Masquerade is kind of a lesser known one. That one plays up to like 12, and that can get absolutely fun and crazy.
Gosh, I haven't played any of those. That's why I didn't put them on my list. I have no idea.
Yeah. So then We're Doomed, Secret Hitler, Hail Hydra, Dixit.
We're Doomed. Oh my goodness.
We're Doomed is great.
We're Doomed is a hot mess.
I loved it. It was crazy. It's different.
Still better than bingo.
Never played again.
We're Doomed. That's a game that I will play at a convention anytime, but outside of a convention, I'm really not interested.
Fair enough.
It's one of those. Leo, this game, it's well, how would you describe that? It's not really social deduction.
It's competing against each other I don't even know how you would describe it.
I don't know how to describe it either.
So here's the theme. You are trying to get off of Earth because Earth's about to basically explode. And you're building all of you.
You're different. You play as different world powers, like groups of civilizations and world leaders and whatnot. And you're trying to fight for your way to get a seat on this rocket ship that's going to leave the Earth because the Earth is going to explode.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is great games for preachers that I can talk my way onto anything.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? With this game, it wouldn't matter because you get one card and it blows up the whole thing. So it's like whatever.
Oh,
but
geez.
it blows it up in such fun ways. It's crazy.
Well, and it is. And like I said, and that's why I say for a convention, it's a great time.
Here's all you need to hear. The last line on the marketing copy. Witness humanity at its worst and finally come to terms with the truth you have known all along. We're doomed.
Yep.
There you go. Exactly.
You should see this thing, Leo. The game's like $100 or something, or $80. It comes with
No, it's 40.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's 40 on Amazon not too long ago. I almost pulled the trigger.
Well, it came with this hourglass that I kid you not, Leo, was like 8 inches tall, like a full-on wooden and glass hourglass.
No,
it was
$45.95 with that big old hourglass.
What? Really?
Yeah, really. Beautiful hourglass.
That's the best part of that game.
All right, we're talking way too much about We're Doomed. That's
So my final one that was going to be like if everybody took every single one of my picks was just going to be Scythe, the 7-player with the expansion. But it doesn't play great at 7. I prefer it at a lower player count.
Yeah.
It plays long.
It does
7.
play long at 7.
We did it though. We did. I don't know that I'll ever do it again, but
I don't think so.
Oh man. Well, I talked about a few of them. Actually, Leo, go ahead. What were any on your list still that we didn't mention?
Yeah, I got a couple here. Jerry actually added these to my list as we were getting ready for the show. These two are just fun dexterity games. Flick 'em up and Pitch Car.
Oh yeah.
Those are just fun games. Ink and Gold, the press your luck mechanic in Ink and Gold is so much fun for me. And again, you can play quite a few there. Those were probably the big. Oh, and one that if you're playing with a bunch of gamers, it just takes you long and the game never ends. But if you love playing games where you can stab your friends in the back, Unstable Unicorns.
Oh, it's a fun one. I love that game. It's so much fun.
It's a fun little kind of a deck building board game mechanic that you literally, the whole goal is to kill unicorns from your friends and have the biggest stable on the board.
I might have to try that sometime.
I have it.
I talked about a couple of mine. There were a couple on here that are more gamery games, and they're roll and writes because a lot of these roll and writes now play. They say they play up to 100 people.
Oh no!
I forgot one.
Yeah, Welcome to is one of them.
No, On Tour.
Oh, yeah.
On Tour. Oh,
I would
dude.
have nominated that in a second. I would have nominated. Oh, I forgot.
Whoops. Okay, well, you know what? We may let you go back and substitute.
Texas Hold'em.
I'll take out Texas Hold'em and I'll take that out and put it in On Tour if I'm allowed to, because I love that game.
I think we can allow that.
All right, because I forgot about that game, and I've got the 10-player count version of that game, so
Werewords was one that was on my list.
it's a good one.
Love Letter Premium is down on the list because I love Love Letter, but the version that plays up to 8 players tends to last a little bit of a long time. So Mafia de Cuba, if you guys have ever played that, that's another social deduction game.
No,
That's a
that one.
blast. It's not Mafia. It's way different than standard.
I'm surprised no one even said Mafia.
I feel like
That's typically a go-to.
true, but I feel like One Night Ultimate Werewolf fixes all the problems that
All the problems. Yes.
standard Werewolf and Mafia has. So
Yes, I agree.
Spyfall. Nobody mentioned Spyfall.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
Cartographers, which is another newer roll and write, and it's based in the role player universe. It's pretty cool. Again, these are ones that would have been picked if everything else was kind of out of the running. And it's not that they're bad games. Don't get me wrong. These are just, with the stipulation being has to play 7 really well. That's why these are farther down. Insider, which is basically the same as Werewords. Suro, which is the really simple
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Oh, that is, oh, yeah.
Simple, but fun.
path following.
Simple, fast.
And the last one that I had was Flamme Rouge, which is the bike racing game. And it's, holy cow. That game, some people love it, some people hate it. I love it to pieces. Jerry, you got to play it sometime. Kathy hates it. That's why I never get to play it.
Gotcha.
I'll bite the bullet and let you play it.
Oh, thanks.
But that's it. That's my list. And I'm sure, yes, there's many more games out there that people are probably screaming at their radios or their radios. Yeah,
Headphones.
radios.
Wow.
People still use radios, don't they?
Phone.
Their phones, their computers.
They're listening to it in the car on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I listen on my car's radio all the time.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, these are our opinions. And like we said before, this is going to settle it once and for all. So
This is definitive.
I reserve every right to be wrong.
that's right.
Fair enough.
Lots of reservations happening right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so at this point, we need to go ahead and randomize these games, and I'm going to probably handle that right now, and you all aren't going to hear it happen, so we're going to pause for just a second while I take care of that. All right, we are back, folks. I have the bracket created. The randomizer has spoken, and this is already not looking good for me. I've already got 2 of my games that are being put against each other
Boo.
down the way here a little bit. So right out of the hop, one of mine's going to get kicked out, which...
Bingo?
At least it's not bingo.
That's what happens.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
first bracket?
It's bingo versus Texas Hold'em. No, I'm kidding. So... No, Jerry, we went ahead and put Jerry's substitution in. Texas Hold'em is out, and On Tour is in.
Yeah.
So that has been done. But for the first matchup of Board Game Deathmatch Episode 1 is Codenames versus Sushi Go Party.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Oh,
That hurts.
Yeah, I know. There's going to be a lot of those, though, you guys. Just saying.
Oh,
Dave,
man.
I say we keep our voting order for the whole time, so you vote first.
Oh, yeah, we're rolling a die if there's a tie. That's right. That's
We're
right.
rolling the dice.
Okay, so that's tough. I have to go Codenames though. It's so good. I mean, I know it's over. It's the hype is huge, but I love the fact that this game is making it into the mainstream and people are playing it and people are figuring out about these games, right? And it's just that good.
I saw it on a sitcom one time. They were talking about having a board game night, and they were playing Codenames on TV. Oh, that was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I have to go with Codenames. Leo, what's your vote?
You know, Dave, you make a great point. It is great. I've got to go Sushi Go Party because Codenames after a certain period isn't the replayability, especially in large groups. When you get into a large group,
Yeah.
you start figuring out if I say this, I can make them think this, or if I say this, I can hint that I'm really trying to say this later. And so I got to go with Sushi Go Party.
Fair enough. You make a good argument. Kathy.
So for that reason, Leo, that's actually why I like it, because you can manipulate, and without saying it, you can say, go there, so I kind of like that, that camaraderie. So for that reason, I'm going with Codenames.
All right. I have to go with the nostalgia factor, and that's kind of where I usually go. I played Sushi Go a lot, but I've played Codenames way more, and I love it, and I gotta go there.
Oh man, Codenames moves on.
Woo!
Codenames.
Sorry, Leo.
Hey, I reserve the right to be wrong. Or you do, and this is just all rigged.
It's definitely rigged.
We brought you here just to trash everything you picked.
Nothing's getting through the first round of yours.
Hey, you know what, though? You can't go wrong with either one of these games. You really can't go wrong with either one of these games.
This is true.
No, you can't.
Okay, next matchup. We have Time's Up versus Between Two Cities.
Ooh.
Another tough one. They're both good plays.
Leo, your first pick on this one.
I will always pick the gamer game over the party non-gamer games. And so and I'm a homer. It's a St. Louis designer.
Yep.
I'm going to go Between Two Cities.
Okay. Kathy?
I don't know. Because Time's Up was my choice, but oh my gosh, I had on my list the Mad King Ludwig version of the Between Two Cities, and so obviously I love this game. I love Stonemaier games, all of them, and oh my gosh.
Sounds like you made your mind up.
Kinda.
But Time's Up is so awesome, and it just laughter.
Time's Up's great. Time's Up is a great party game. Come on, Kathy.
Okay, Between Two Cities.
Gotcha.
That was really hard.
It's a tough hill to climb for Time's Up. What do you say, Jerry?
I don't think your vote's going to matter, Dave, because I vote Between Two Cities.
Oh, wow.
But what would you vote, Dave?
I would, if this is a tough call. On the surface, I would have just went, Time's Up. Because, again, I've played that a lot more.
It's a great one.
Exactly.
But, Leo, you make a heck of an argument. And Kathy, too. I think I would have gone with it as well. So Time's Up just got skunked.
Yeah, it did. 4-0.
That was my pick, too.
Oh.
Okay.
4-0.
Moving on. Next one is, Telestrations versus Captain Sonar.
Oh, I'm about to get slapped around, I think. I love Captain Sonar, people. Come on.
Well, I think this might end up tied. Kathy is the first choice on this one.
Telestrations.
Wow, didn't even have to think about it.
No, and neither did Jerry.
Captain Sonar. And I love Telestrations, don't get me wrong. I love it, but
I think I know where Leo's going.
Telestrations is a game only. You have to force me to play it because it's what everyone else wants to play. So Captain Sonar all day long.
All right.
Yep, and I'm Telestrations. So
we got our first tie.
Roll the die, baby.
Wait, so
1 through 3. Which one's got 1 through 3?
Telestrations will be 1 through 3. Captain Sonar will be 4 through 6. Here we go.
Here we go. Here comes the die. 6.
No!
Captain Sonar just ousted Telestrations?
Yes!
Boo!
Yes!
Boo!
There's a lot of gamers listening to this thing going, yeah, that's only right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'll take Telestrations over bingo, though.
Oh my gosh.
You're not going to live that down. Ever.
Bunch of jerks. I'm voting every one of Leo's games out of this thing. Resistance Avalon versus Just One.
Oh, that's rough.
You're first to vote.
Okay. Look, Just One's new on the scene. It's a great play, and it's a lighter one that you can introduce to anybody. But, I mean, I've had the same success with Resistance Avalon. I have introduced that to a ton of people, and everybody who's played it, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 people, have absolutely loved it. And I've got inside jokes across multiple groups of friends now that are linked to Avalon. So I think I've got to go Resistance Avalon.
I thought you might, and honestly, I am too. I'm going Resistance. Basically because of the genre, not because of Avalon specifically, but Resistance, I've had so much fun with that game over the years.
There you go.
With so many groups of people. And I love Just One.
I do too.
Fantastic game, but Resistance is the stuff. Leo, I see the way this is shaping up.
Yeah, so I haven't played Just One, but the concept, from what I've heard, it's a newer game. A lot of times for me, when I'm picking games, I want to know what my family or my wife specifically will play with me.
Yeah.
And when it's a word game, when it's, when you look at Scrabble, so a great board game, old school board game, Words with Friends on your phone.
And this is a Spiel de Jar winner too. Just one.
Yeah, Spiel de Jar winner. I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Just One, and I haven't even played it.
Wow.
I'm shocked.
I am shocked too.
I love you, Leo. I love you. All right. So obviously I'm going Just One. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's time.
Oh, man. Here we go.
I will be buying this game this week.
Awesome.
You can find it at Target.
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah. For the money, it's
It's a great game.
a no-brainer to have it on your shelf. And in the meantime, Resistance Avalon will be 1 through 3. Just One is 4 through 6.
Oh, come on, 1 through 3. Come on, 1 through 3.
Roll high. Roll high. Roll high. Roll high.
1.
Yo, Resistance moves on.
Son of a, you're lying. Wait a minute. I have
Hold
no
on,
way
hold
to
on,
know
hold
when
on,
he's
hold
rolling.
on. I won't
just
move
wanna
it. I
say-
won't move it. Hold on.
Camera angle.
He's moving his camera. I don't need that shot.
Thank you for wearing pants.
You're welcome.
I think it's rigged.
No, I didn't touch it.
It's rigged. I hate you guys.
Oh, my gosh. We got to go. We got to move on here.
I do love Avalon. Though.
That's great.
You're going to like Just One. It's a good time.
I just added it to my cart.
He's actively buying things as we're
On our podcast.
That's funny. True gamer. Okay, One Night Ultimate Werewolf versus Camel Up. Oh, that sucks. Camel Up's dead.
Yeah, well, you're the first to vote.
I'm first pick. And here's the bad part. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm voting One Night Ultimate Werewolf. I have to. Just because, I mean, Camel Up's my pick. And this is something else we didn't talk about at the beginning. Just because it's your pick, we have to play this straight. If you truly like one of the games more than the other, you got to vote for it.
Well, and the reality is someone said a game that we were going to say at some point anyway.
Exactly.
Sure.
Right.
So that being the case, One Night Ultimate Werewolf is my choice.
Hands down, One Night.
Yep. Okay. Kathy?
I'm not a...
She's not a fan of either of those games.
She's really not.
Do you want me to roll the dice for you, Kathy?
No.
No. She's got to pick one.
No, I'll go get my own die. Thanks.
It may be a moo point, a cow's opinion, because I think I know what Jerry's going to pick as well.
You're probably right, because Jerry's going with Werewolf, so I'm leaning towards Werewolf only because I haven't played it as much as I played Werewolf, but I don't like either one of them that much. So I guess I'll just say Werewolf.
I was actually going to say Camel Up.
Were you really?
Oh, wow.
Dude, One Night Ultimate Werewolf is not my favorite version of those kind of deception games. It really isn't. I'd rather play Camel Up or Avalon.
Can I change my vote?
No, you already voted. It's going through.
Kill
Jerry,
up, kill up.
that genre, what's your number? What's your go-to? If it's not One Night Werewolf.
My go-to is Avalon
Avalon? Okay.
every time. It's not even close. And I have One Night Ultimate Werewolf, but for some reason, I think because I started with Resistance, that's where
I'm going to hold my deception conversation.
Yeah, that's fine. There we go.
All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. Shadows over Camelot
Ooh.
versus Cash and Guns.
Oh, no.
That's tough. That's tough.
That is tough. And Leo is first vote.
Oh, this is not cool.
It's a Kathy game versus a Leo game.
I love both of these games.
I'm going with the gamer's game again. I'm going, like, if I've got to sit down at a table and play a game and I'm going to give 30 minutes to 90 minutes of my life to something,
Yeah.
Cash and Guns is a blast. I love that game.
It is.
But if I get to pick the game, I'm going Shadows over Camelot every time.
It's fantastic.
All right, Kathy.
Well, I haven't played Cash and Guns, so obviously Shadows over Camelot's my pick.
Even if you had played Cash and Guns, I can pretty much guarantee you still would have picked Shadows.
I think you're probably right. From the way it's described, I'm not sure I would like Cash and Guns. I'm not
True
sure.
story, I haven't played Shadows over Camelot.
What?
Dude, we need to fix that.
Whoa, we got to get you
Come over
it.
to my house. Let's play.
But I'll play that over Cash and Guns any day because I prefer a game.
Gamer's game.
I want to sit down and play a real game.
All right, Jerry, what's yours?
Shadows. I gotta go Shadows.
Nice.
I think we have our second sweep.
Yeah.
Shadows over Camelot
Sweet.
goes 4-0.
Wow.
Moving on.
Strong. Very
I
strong.
thought I was going to go 0-4, so whew.
All right, next matchup. This is the one that hurts my heart a little bit.
Oh,
Two Rooms and a Boom
it's a great one.
versus Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
No.
That's a terrible first round matchup.
I know.
Why'd
those
you
were
do that?
Those were my picks. The randomizer did it.
Oh.
Kathy.
This is horrible.
What are you voting for?
Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I've had great times with both games.
Okay, so for those listening at home, Jerry's literally squirming in his chair.
I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to pick. Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right. Let's just think this through. at Geekway, we played a 30-plus game of Two Rooms and a Boom. It was amazing. It was insane. It was so much fun, though. But Deception is such a great game. Oh. All right. So what did you pick, Kathy?
I picked Deception.
I wanted this to go to a tie, so I'm going to say Two Rooms.
Ugh.
I think I have to say Two Rooms.
Ooh, what? Leo.
Oh, Leo.
Dude, I've had so much fun with Two Rooms and a Boom. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to say something very unpopular here.
Uh-oh.
As much as I've enjoyed Deception, the fact that so many games can come down to the forensic scientists getting the right thing right out of the gate, especially if you're playing with players who don't understand, I need to pick something at the table that everyone else could have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
My first 4 games of Deception were done in less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
That can happen. And it's happened once or twice
Whoa.
for games I've played there.
And I really don't enjoy that. I really, really don't enjoy that.
All right.
So I'm going Two Rooms.
Wow.
Man, that's huge.
That is huge. But I think that one had a chance for the title, personally.
Well, I don't think it does, though.
We're splitting hairs here. I mean, Deception's a great game.
It's a fantastic game.
I say that and it's frustrating. But when it comes to deduction games, give me Avalon or One Night Any Day over that.
Oh, I'll grant you that, but it's different. It's not either of those games.
Here's what I love about Deception. I can tell someone, have you ever played Clue? Let's play it differently.
Exactly.
All right, it's time for the last matchup in the Sweet 16 here of Board Game Deathmatch, and it is On Tour versus Bang the Dice Game.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. Oh, do I get first vote?
I think you do.
All right. Well, On Tour. One of my favorites now.
Okay. I'm next. Ugh.
It's a rough one.
That is a rough one.
Because Bang's great, too.
Man, On Tour is so good.
It is so good.
I have to go On Tour. Man, that surprises even me. I'm shocked.
Wow.
Leo.
Any game that lets me pick a band name from Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love Bang the Dice Game, but it usually sits on my shelf and collects dust.
Yeah.
On Tour.
Yeah.
Cool. Kathy? I know it doesn't matter,
I
but
don't think I'm going to do these Sweet 16s anymore.
Oh.
None of mine are doing well. I picked Bang the Dice Game. I have to because I just love that game.
All right.
okay.
All right.
Well, it's 3-1. On Tour moves on, but it's the vote for posterity there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have our Elite 8.
All right.
Are we ready to do this?
Let's match them right back up. Let's just rock it out.
Might as well just rocket through this, yeah? Here we go. First matchup is Codenames versus Between Two Cities.
Oh, man. These are just going to get harder and harder.
I know. This is
Yeah, these games aren't even in the same...
that's how this works. That's why it's so brilliant.
Dave, what are you doing, buddy?
Codenames Between Two Cities. Man. If I'm thinking in Between Two Cities, if I'm looping that in as a genre with Between Two Castles,
I think you can.
it makes it a lot more difficult. But, man, I'm going Codenames.
All right, Leo.
I do love Between Two Cities, but if I'm sitting in a group, 7 players, I got an 8-player, this is so tough. I got to go Codenames.
Leo, I'm shocked.
I know.
Ugh.
It's hard. But if I'm picking between the two games, sitting down, and I've got an 8th person sitting in the room with me, I don't even have the option for Between Two Cities.
But you want the gamery game.
I know.
You know what, Leo? I'm going to actually counterpoint that. I might actually change your vote here. With 7, Codenames is maybe not as good. Maybe you have to have the 8th for Codenames to be better.
No, you can do guys and girls. You can do adults and kids.
Well, uneven teams, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is a teams game. You know what? Oh, this is so not good.
Wow, you're talking him out of it.
That's why this is fun.
Wait, his vote was already cast. I don't know about this. This could be illegal.
This is Russia being involved right now.
Or this could be a hanging Chad situation right now.
It's still Leo's turn. I didn't go yet.
Chad's always hanging all over the place.
My hand's still on the piece, right? You know, with it being the death match for the larger games, I think Codename squeaks by. Shot at the buzzer, they win.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Kathy.
Oh.
Kathy, I will play any day with you Between Two Cities before I'll play Codenames, but in this context...
Yeah, I know. You make a good point.
Remembering the context, I mean, that's accurate, yeah.
Well, if you want Between Two Cities to have a chance, you need to vote for it. Because otherwise, we're shutting it out.
I know.
I need to go buy Between Two Castles.
It's amazing.
You do.
It's a better version of the game.
It's better. It's like Between Two Cities on steroids. It's really good.
I really need my options to pay off here.
Your cart's like $370.
If you're going to buy Between Two Castles, then you really should be picking Between Two Cities.
I haven't played it. Though, and the game's Between Two Cities, so...
Kathy, it's your vote, not his vote.
Well, as much as I really, really, really want Between Two Cities in there, this is so hard because I like both of them a lot. And I just have to think about last week, I took Codenames to a work function and taught non-gamers this game.
Yeah.
And most of them got it.
Most.
Oh, went out and bought it?
It was a couple of them asked me where they could get it. So I guess because of that, you're right. I should probably pick Codenames.
Is it wrong that it's the equivalent of being a drug dealer?
Right.
Like, because if you can get them to play Codenames, you can eventually get them to play Between Two Cities.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Just a couple steps.
That's an interesting point because you know what my experience has been? I have groups of friends that I am consistently, when we have get-togethers, everybody always says, Dave, you're going to bring some games over. They know I'm going to show up and I'm going to have a bunch of games and we sit around and we play them when we have a great time. And none of those people has bothered to go out and start a collection on their own. And that's what's weird to me. It's like,
yeah, they expect you to bring them and they won't buy it. Yeah.
But it's not even that. It's every time you play, you have fun. And yet you're totally fine with it just being something that happens every once in a while. And you know what I mean? That's just hard for me as somebody who is the collector, who is the one who wants to actively look for play groups and stuff all the time. That's a difficult thing for me to wrap my head around.
That's an interesting point because Codenames is one of those games after I played it, I've watched multiple people go by.
No, it's true. And that does happen. And that will happen with games like that. But even when that happens,
it's a $20 game.
That game will sit on their shelf. It'll sit on their shelf, though.
Yeah.
And they won't play it.
But the threshold, what you and I will spend on a game is very different than the average individual.
True.
Like I have $60 sitting in my Amazon cart right now.
Did you say 360? That sounds about right.
No, 60.
Just click buy now. Just click check out. It's all good.
I'm not done adding games to the cart yet. So.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jerry, you didn't get a chance to vote yet. I know it's already majority, but what would you
I'd make it a clean sweep with Codenames.
Okay.
Codenames. Wow. Okay. Captain Sonar versus Resistance. Jerry.
Oh, Leo starts.
We're going to make you squirm for a second.
I like them both.
We've only had a couple ties. I'm surprised we've only had 2 ties.
I love deduction games. I can't hear in a general setting anyway. I'm going Avalon in a heartbeat here for me.
Oh, wow.
I love Captain Sonar. It's a great game, but Avalon, and when you put those two up against each other, it's Avalon all day long for me.
Okay. Kathy?
Between Two Cities.
She didn't even vote for it last time. What is this?
That was awesome.
That is awesome.
Oh, gosh. I guess if I have to pick one.
Yeah, I know. This is not your matchup.
It's really not. I guess I'll pick Resistance.
Okay.
Jerry?
I really want to vote for Sonar, but I'm going to go with the one that's given me the most joy over the years, so it's going to be Avalon.
And it's a sweep. Resistance moves on.
There you go.
Interesting. Now we're starting to get more sweeps. That was 2 sweeps in a row.
It was.
There was 2 in the first round. I should go back and mark which ones were sweeps, but I don't remember now.
We can go later.
Okay, next matchup. Let's just move on. We're moving on.
Moving on.
One-Eyed Ultimate Werewolf versus Shadows over Camelot. Painful.
This
just hurts.
Go ahead, Kathy.
In a heartbeat, Shadows.
Okay, that's fair enough. Jerry?
Shadows.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Kathy.
I'm going one night.
Oh,
I have to.
Okay.
I have to.
Right.
It's so I love Shadows over Camelot. Absolutely love it. It's everything about it's great. But One-Eyed Ultimate Werewolf has just been such a huge part of my circle of friends, family. So many good times. Oh my gosh. I have to pick it.
All the nostalgia.
Leo's dying right now.
Leo is dying.
I am. My kids, we got a group of friends that come over and hang out almost every week. And I'm starting to introduce them into board games. And One Night was such a hit this last week.
That's awesome. I love to hear that.
Here's the difference between this and our last Codenames versus Between Two Cities. Shadows has a deduction component.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Shadows I am a sucker for thematic medieval games.
Yeah, me too.
Very thematic.
I love One Night. I really do.
Uh-oh. Is this happening?
This is going to happen. I thought this might be the number one. Oh, this is so good. Check it out.
I'm going with Shadows.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh. That is a huge upset.
I love that upset. That is so awesome.
Huge.
Oh, that's so hard.
That was tough.
That's insane. That's going to break the internet, people. I'm telling you right now.
I broke the internet. Yeah.
All right, it's not going to get any better from here, you guys.
Probably not.
No, it's only going to get harder.
Two Rooms and a Boom versus On Tour.
Oh. Are we at the final four?
Wait, who's first here? Jerry, are you first?
I am, but are we at the final four now?
No, we're still at the last game of the lead eight.
No, this is round 2.
Oh, man. So this is Two Rooms of Boom and what? On Tour?
On Tour.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so Two Rooms and a Boom. I mean, I don't think for 20 plus players, there's a better game out there. There isn't.
No.
There aren't even that many that are out there. But regardless, the mechanic is amazing. And if you have the space, crazy good. But On Tour is by far my favorite roll and write game because there's just so many different ways you can go with it. And you can show this to new people and they pick it up right away. I won't say everybody loves it, but most people love it. Oh. I guess the default on Tour, though, is 4 players. I've got the expansion up to 12. And so...
Yeah. But it still plays good.
It plays great at 12. I mean, the most I play with is 10, but it still plays great at 10. So... Man.
It's the rare beast that regardless of player count, it pretty much plays exactly the same way.
It does.
And the same timeline.
It does.
It's not your vote, Dave.
All right, I'm going with On Tour. I'm doing it.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Well, I will not pontificate nearly as much as you.
Sorry, it was tough.
I will just,
it was tough.
I will just say Two Rooms and a Boom because
all right.
Two Rooms and a Boom.
Leo?
The idea of crowds drive me nuts.
Oh.
So if I'm in a room where I've got to play a board game with a bunch of people, I'm probably not showing up to the event anyway. So I'm going On Tour.
Uh-oh. And I know what's happening now. No.
Did you know your sister, huh?
What's happening right now?
You're going to kill Two Rooms and a Boom.
Because she can?
Because we're going to set the internet on fire again.
Actually.
Oh.
What is happening right now?
So On Tour is a good game, but the times that I've played it, I struggled with it.
Oh.
I did not do well with it's I don't know why, but I just couldn't get my strategy right. It just every single time, and it frustrated me so much.
It can be punishing. It can be very punishing because it's a heavy risk reward.
It is.
Yes.
The dice mechanic alone is,
Yeah. So for that reason, because when I've played it, it's been very, very frustrating.
Oh.
I'm going to pick Two Rooms and a Boom.
Wow. Wow. I did not see that happening.
So we have a tie.
Yes, we do. Kathy, you disappointed me.
What?
This is crazy. I don't even know what to say right now. Two Rooms and a Boom is 1 through 3. On Tour is 4 through 6. And oh my goodness, I can't believe what's happening right now.
Oh, I would actually be happy with either of these, but let's just see what happens. What was 1 through 3? It's 2.
It's Two Rooms and a Boom.
Two Rooms wins!
2 Rooms and a Boom wins.
Wow. The little game that could.
Just keeps chugging along.
We now have a Final Four. I will tell you what those Final Four games are in no particular order. Shadows over Camelot, Resistance Avalon, or the Resistance series.
Yeah.
Two Rooms and a Boom, and Codenames.
Those are some quality games.
That's huge.
Wow.
And in true bracket style, we're just going to move on here. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Final Four.
Codenames versus Resistance.
Dave, you lead.
I do?
Yeah.
Codenames versus Resistance. Now, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's the option? Codenames versus Resistance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the matchup.
I already know what Kathy's doing, I think.
I do too.
See? That's what it's like to be the first one. So don't give me crap about
let's
it.
clarify, it is Avalon. I know they're the same genre, but when you go Avalon, when you say Resistance, I go, eh. When you go Avalon, I go,
Yeah.
Because that Merlin mechanic does make a difference.
It does make a huge difference.
Oh, it does. It makes a huge difference. But because right now it is matched up with things that are nothing like it, I feel like it's only fair for me as a player, and having played a lot more vanilla Resistance than I have Avalon, to kind of group these together in a way.
Because we said Codenames. It could be Codenames Pictures or Marvel or Disney it's Codenames.
And they are very different, but they give me the same feel when I'm playing them.
That's true.
I'm going Resistance.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe I'm doing that. I'm going Resistance.
All right. Leo. These are both large count games.
He's crying again.
He's crying right now, guys.
I am.
These are both large count games. These both are great to introduce to new people.
You didn't know what you were getting into, did you?
You know, the theme, in all honesty, not everyone enjoys King Arthur. Not everyone enjoys apocalyptic. But a lot of people enjoy Marvel or Disney or just spy in general. I'm going Codenames.
Wow.
Wow. Kathy.
Codenames.
Oh,
Wow, that was fast.
Wow.
what is happening right now? Is this going to come down to a die roll?
It's coming down to a die roll, people, because I'm going with Avalon.
Final four, and we're going to a die roll.
Wow.
Avalon.
Welcome to the world of board games. Let's see what the dice have to say.
That's amazing.
When a die gets to choose who's the winner.
We've all been there. Here's the thing. Everyone listening to the show right now has been there.
That's true.
Yep.
And it's why we almost pick games without dice.
So Codenames is 1 through 3. Resistance Avalon is 4 through 6.
All right, here we go.
1 through 3.
I'd be actually happy with either, but yeah, let's see what happens. Deuce again.
Yes.
Wow. Codenames.
Wow.
Moved on.
I feel like that game, it just can't lose at things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's sliding through.
Well, you look, it came through like Telestration, Sonar, Bingo almost made that list.
Bingo should have made that list. All right. Well, that leaves Shadows over Camelot versus Two Rooms and a Boom.
All right. Leo, what say you?
No brainer for me. Shadows. Any day.
All right.
Okay. Kathy?
Shadows over Camelot.
Oh, dude.
2 rooms.
2 Rooms.
We're doing it
Oh
again.
my gosh, this is going to come down to another die roll.
If Shadow loses to a dice roll right now, I want this podcast deleted and I want my name removed from it.
I'm totally with you, Leo.
That's awesome.
What does the dice god say today?
Shadows is lower. 2 Rooms is upper.
All right, here we go. Oh my. 3.
Yeah!
None of these went my way. None of these went
Shadows.
my way. Oh.
So we are down to our championship matchup
This
here.
is the championship matchup. Here we go.
And, well, I think it bears pointing out, if I can find it here in my notes, it bears pointing out that Codenames was nominated by somebody, Jerry, and Shadows over Camelot was nominated by Kathy.
All right.
So, Leo, we are out of the running for having bragging rights already.
I'm okay with that with these 2 games in the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Shadows was not on my list. It didn't register for my brain. But absolutely, both of these names deserve to be here.
I'll agree.
I'm disappointed about Avalon. I won't lie, but Codenames is a quality one.
Hey, it made it to Final Four, man. That's pretty good.
It did. It did. Kathy, you lead though. Tell us what you think.
Shadows versus Codenames. What's up?
And it's a tough one because I like them both.
Yes, they're both great.
Codenames is a great party game, and Shadows is a great strategy game.
And Shadows is your pick.
I know, but I have to be fair. I have to be fair and think about Codenames. I gotta pick Shadows.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a gamery game. I gotta pick Shadows.
Yeah, well, the category was large count games. And Shadows only goes up to 7, right?
But 7 was the number we decided on.
I know.
That's right.
That's a big game. That's a big group at the table.
No, it is a big group at the table. Don't get me wrong. But when I think of large count games, when I think of multiple couples sitting down to have a great night and to introduce a new game, I got to go with Codenames.
But you're adding context to the conversation there.
Yeah.
Look, it's my vote. You can't tell me how to vote. It's my vote.
Oh my
I think I see how this is panning out here.
Yeah, it don't look good, does it?
Dave, where you at?
Silence. Crickets. Crickets.
I don't know. These are so good.
They are.
This podcast is bored together. The average individual sitting out there isn't listening for Codenames.
Oh, see, what are you trying to do?
The people listening to this podcast are board gamers and they want to add a game to their collection or they want to be validated in what they enjoy playing. I am 100% going Shadows over Camelot should win this death match by far on this topic.
And I couldn't disagree more vehemently.
Oh,
Well, you reserve the right to be wrong.
Fair enough.
you know what's funny though? So I think we now know that
Leo's voting Shadows.
obviously in the Shadows over Camelot camp.
In a heartbeat.
So it's 2-1. Dude, you know what?
You're going to leave it up to the dice gods?
I don't think we're rolling a die.
What?
I don't think we're rolling a die.
You people! God,
No.
barely a large board. Arrgh, you people.
Shadows over Camelot is so good.
I'm ashamed of you.
And it's the gamery game, and it's got a trader mechanic, and
yes, there's
so much about it that is so good.
Yes.
Look, don't get me wrong. It deserves a place in the Final Four, and maybe even deserved a place in the finals, but I just don't. All right, fair enough. Go ahead, make your vote.
I come over to your house on Tuesday night, and there's 7 of us sitting down, and we don't want to split up into a party of 4 or 3, which what a real gamer would do. What are you bringing to the table, Jerry?
Codenames or Shadows?
Not alone.
Oh. And Kathy's bringing Between Two Cities.
That's right.
There you go.
Did we just scrap the last 2 hours or what?
No.
Kind of.
I get it. I will definitely play some Shadows of Camelot anytime. I love that game, but Codenames.
Well, I hope so, because it just won the very first ever Board Game Deathmatch.
Little disappointed, but congratulations. Congratulations, Shadows of Camelot.
Congratulations, Shadows of Camelot, and for all of us that enjoy playing real board games and don't want to just have to bring something to the table because no one else knows what they're doing.
Oh, well, but that's usually the situation I find myself in.
A lot.
That is a good point.
That is me too, Jerry. I'm with you on that. That's probably why I'm such an advocate for Shadows.
I get it. I totally get it, and I'm not saying it doesn't deserve the top spot, but
it's tough. Oh, it's tough.
Man.
Oh, I know. They're both awesome games.
My heart really hurts right now.
We had some hard choices for those last 4.
And the matchups they had to go to get there were...
Yeah.
That was amazing. It beat Cash and Guns, One Night Ultimate Werewolf,
Ooh, right? That was an impressive one.
And Two Rooms and a Boom.
Wow. It knocked some things out.
And Codenames.
Yes. Well, this is the definitive list, folks. This is it. This is the greatest large group board game.
Definitive answer.
The argument is over.
Period.
Yep.
Shadows over Camelot.
Done.
Thank you guys so much for letting me be a part of this. This was a blast.
That was so good.
I won.
By the way, Shadows over Camelot is currently out of print, and it's $250 on Amazon.
We just made our choice for the best large group game of all time is
out of print game.
I'm looking to add it to my list. I'm like, oh, nope, not spending that on it.
Oh, that's funny.
So Codenames, Target, Walmart, Walgreens, you can find it.
Too late.
You lost, Jerry.
It's too late.
You lost.
Just saying.
You lost.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Okay, no joke. In my Amazon cart now, I won't buy all these. Just one. But
yeah, you will.
Yeah, you will.
Well, not in one swoop. It's a Wonderful World and Between Two Castles and Mad King Ludwig.
Those are all great choices.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's the bad part. It's like, if you would be asking me which to take out, I'd be like, I don't know what to tell you to take out. Those are
Who are you going to play with?
Most of my gaming right now is done with families and new gamers, and I'm going just one first.
Yeah, I would. It's cheaper and it's easy to teach.
But here's the thing. We taught Megan, my wife, It's a Wonderful World, and she loved it. She was like, can we play that again?
My wife, the design on that game, my wife would play in a heartbeat. And we have played, and it's very popular with my family, Between Two Cities.
Oh, you got a tough choice then.
Yeah.
Well, Mad King Ludwig does take it up a notch, man. So there's definitely some more complexity there.
More complex for sure.
I'm glad to hear that.
But that's why I like it better.
And I'll give you that. I like Between Two Cities. It is a 7-player game. I'll say this now. I do not want to sit around and play games with more than 7 or 8 people.
I get it.
Not typically, unless it's a party environment anyway, and that's what I'm there for, is to mingle with people and spend time with friends and that kind of stuff.
Right. And in that case, I'm going Codenames.
There you go.
Wait a minute.
But that was not a disclaimer.
Wait a minute. What just happened?
That was not part of it was just large games, large player count games.
It wasn't party games. It was large games.
It's true.
Yeah.
We can do party games another time.
Well, that wraps it up, you guys, for the first ever Board Game Deathmatch. We have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more of these to come. Maybe not every episode, but definitely you're going to want to stay tuned for those. Have more special guests. We're probably going to have Leo back at some point in the near future. And honestly, Shadows over Camelot just won this little contest we had. But any one of these games that were nominated by any one of us, even the ones that didn't make the list, that just kind of were on our honorable mentions, they're all fantastic.
They're great
games. So if you're looking for something that plays a larger group, anything that we talked about, don't just take our word for it. Go do some more research. See which ones you think might fit best for your particular situation and your group of people that you're looking to play with. They're all fantastic. That's really what this is all about, and just having a good time. That being said, we've been on here for a while now, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. And Leo, thank you so much for joining us. It was so much fun, man. That was a good time.
Thanks for having me, guys. I look forward to joining you as often as I can in the future. And Jerry, I still love you, even though you were wrong at the end.
Fair enough.
Jerry, why don't you close us out?
Well, thank you once again for joining us. As usual, our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is always at Board, the number 2, Together. And then, of course, our BGG guild is number 3625. You can go to boardtogethergames.com, where I believe we'll be posting probably this bracket when it's all said and done. And you can always email us at boardtogethergames@gmail.com. And as usual, remember to subscribe to the podcast and give us a 5-star ratings. It's the best thing you can do to help us out. It'll go a long way towards spreading this podcast. So if you enjoyed this, give it a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends. And as always, if you're bored together,
Board together.
And I'll sync that up in post.
I won!
There you go.